Matt here with Keeping It YYC. Today we're joined by Melissa Hurley of Tinkle Pet Services. How are you today, Melissa?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. It's hard not to chuckle when I say the business name. It's really, really likable name. We'll get,
That's what we're going for.
yeah, we'll get right into it, and I'll have you tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, for sure. So I started Tinkle Time about 2.5 years ago, and I wanted it to be Calgary's most reliable mobile pet care company. And we started with just the reason we called it Tinkle Time was so we would offer midday breaks for dogs and cats, just quickly letting them out in the yard. And then we found that we could expand into dog walking. From there, we expanded to overnight pet sitting. Um, and now we actually offer a limited mobile grooming service.
Oh, okay. So not everything for your dog, but a lot of things you can provide for people with dogs, really, at this point.
Absolutely, and cats as well. Yeah, we wanted, again, to be that kind of one-stop shop. But again, doing it all at once was, at the beginning, was a little bit challenging. So just over time, it's just organically grown into that.
Okay, so maybe I'm a little childish, but please tell me that you take cats for walks as well on leashes.
If that's what people want, for sure. Maybe we could definitely do that.
Yeah? Okay. I just find it amusing every time I see that. So my next question for you is, what are you even doing to adapt in this current environment?
Isn't that the question of the day? So, of course, we're following all the AHS guidelines. Um, but more so than that, I did mention the grooming. That's actually a new service that we added just because people are kind of staying home, less likely to want to go out. So we layered in the grooming services. We have a couple other ideas up our sleeve to expand our service offerings, which maybe we can talk about in the future. But we're always thinking about growing the business versus just sitting in our lane and, just riding that out. We want to make sure that we're appealing to new markets and changing markets like what's happening in the world right now.
Okay, so big plans. Can you share anything about those plans, or are you keeping it
Um,
quiet?
one of them is with my really good friend, and it has to do with the wedding market and pets. So that's kind of exciting,
Hmm.
as well as incorporating maybe a bit of a training component to our walks. So it's not just like a walk where your dog's necessarily being let out for a quick pee or some exercise. There'd be maybe a bit of a training component with that. But with that also comes more training on my end for the people that are doing that.
Okay, so a little bit of a long-term vision you have here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm an animal lover. I have 4 dogs of my own. I understand that training never stops with these creatures. So I definitely can see this being something that we work on well into the future. And it's truly where my passion lies. So yeah,
That's really exciting.
thank you. Yeah, I think so too.
So my next question is, what can people do right now to support their local businesses?
So for me personally, I really think the social media sharing and engagement is really important for my business, just because it is mobile, and most of the competing businesses are local as well. So there's so many great options for local pet care in Calgary. But for me personally, would be those good Google reviews, engagement on social media, sharing posts, and that kind of thing.
Okay, so that's a really easy thing for people to do as well. That doesn't cost you anything, really. So,
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the way of the now. I won't even say the future. It's just really where we just need to see that get a little more activity on that end, and that'd be super helpful. And it's me too. Like I need to be more active on social media as well, just because that's where everybody's really looking.
mhm. So my last question is, can you share any tips and tricks in relation to your expertise?
So from, I guess, the actual animal owner standpoint, crate train your puppies. Start fresh with crate training as soon as you get your dog home. Invest in a good dog training company, 100%. Start grooming your puppy early, because if they get used to it when they're young, they're going to have a less traumatizing experience when they're older. As far as like the business side goes, I think having a good website is really important. And just creating a really good rapport with your clients, because you're looking after their babies essentially. So those would be my top of mind tips and tricks.
So for those who may not know, what do you mean by crate training, and what's the importance of that from a young age in a puppy?
So if you start them young, well, for starters, it's safety. So if you have a puppy just running around rambunctiously in your home, they can chew on wires, they can eat something that they're not supposed to eat, they can just get into a lot of trouble. So crate training is really important for safety. Down the road, if you are taking your dog to a groomer's and they're not crate trained, a lot of times groomers do put dogs in crates. So they're going to have some anxiety around that. If you travel, whether your dog's small enough to go under your seat in the plane or they have to go in cargo, again, they have to be in that crate. So I know a lot of people think it is cruel, but it's actually really the safest thing you can do for your puppy.
Okay, cool, good information.
Yeah, for sure.
So that actually is all the questions that I had prepared for you today, Melissa. We do ask that you end the interview by looking in your camera and stating your name as well as the fantastic name of your business, and
Okay.
asking the people to keep it local, keep it YYC.
Awesome. So my name is Melissa Hurley, and I'm the owner of Tinkle Pet Services. Keep it local, keep it YYC.